What's up guys, this is Delusion from Del Does, and welcome to part 2 of my Murdock guide, where I'm actually going to show you guys the deck that I use, and this has had some updates to when I did the part 1 guide on my tactics around how I play Murdock. And so we'll crack on into it, and first of all I must say the new interface looks very sexy, and I've decided that what I will do in my next video before going to another hero guide is actually do an overview of all the menus within Paragon as well, for any of those new players who are out there and want to check some of that stuff out. Love it. Looking forward to when they finally get to these prime card graphics as well, and wonder what they're going to look like too. But anyway guys, let's crack on into it. So for my prime card, I select the Archmagus, and that'll give me an additional 7.5 energy damage plus the 100% bonus damage, as well as the 300% damage versus structures to minions as well. So you've got a little bit of a quite a significant damage boost there as well, guys. With regards to consumables, now normally I used to in the past run with a couple of the awesome ones, such as your cast token and health token and things like that. But the more and more I've tried those out, the more and more I feel like they're not necessarily where they really can be. Although I must say, I've been using a lot of bump juice lately in my new Twin Blaster build, which I'm having heaps of fun with. This bump juice is actually quite a good card. I really do enjoy that one. But with regards to consumables, I run with a Harvester Key, a Health Pot, and a Mana Pot. Now look, with regards to my Murdock build, guys, I do carry a key and a ward, but I must admit that I don't actually normally really use those. I will have a look at what other people are doing in regards to my team when I'm solo queuing, and if I see people cracking out some keys, then I normally just go straight into my build. But if I am trio or 5-manning, then yes, sometimes I will come out with one of those, and more often than not it is actually the key. And I've selected Beastmaster's Key because it has a really good passive where you get an additional 50% damage bonus to jungle minions. And when I play Murdock, guys, I play Murdock with a lot of lane transition as well. So, while you're passing between the left to the right, hey, why not kill a couple of camps if they're up? So yeah, and I also have the Harvester Key there just in case we are going for a full deploy of all harvesters, and some cheeky ninjas as well with the harvesters into the enemy camps. The enemy side as well, straight up. We've got a Red Eye Nitro. We talked about those. We've got a Blast Harness. I've got a Micro Nuke. Now, guys, I would very much love, so much love, a couple more of these. I only have one, and that is why I only have one in this build. If I had 3, I would have 3 in this build. Or maybe 2, but for the crit and the actual 15.2 energy damage straight up, that is massive off the bat, guys. That is a huge amount of damage straight up. And look, I can tell you right now, just before even starting to record this video, I smashed through another 50k of my reputation just to try and get another Micro Nuke, and not one. But you know what? I did get about another 20 million brutal kinetics and about 4 million Hunger Mauls as well. Look at that, 11 out of 11 Hunger Mauls. Unbelievable. I've just got no luck with the Micro Nukes. But anyway, we move on. Rift Mage's Scepter, 2 of those, and a Whirling Wand as well. So that'll full build, take away the keys and the wards. That'll take us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards to max out that build. And so, let's go through them and have a look at what I've actually got inside them, each card as well. So, with regards to my Red Eye Nitro, I pack 2 Major Wounds and a Kinetic. Now, this starts the journey towards a total crit cap for this build of 42%. And I feel that 42% is a decent amount of crit. I mean, most of the time, you are critting significantly. And, I have even thought about maybe dropping that down to 30% and busting out a little bit more damage. But we've got decent damage in this build too. Plus, with the Blast Harness, we're getting an additional 50% to the crit bonus as well. So we take that crit bonus right up to a really high level too. So, within the Red Eye Nitro, 2 Major Wounds, 1 Kinetic. Nothing in the key or the ward, because those are things that if used, they're used for early game or used for strategic reasons and normally sold once we're dominating the map. Blast Harness I deck out with 3 Major Kinetics. And this goes towards what will be a total of 104 attack speed on this build once you've got all these cards in play. And we will go through the build priorities next. With my Micro Nuke, as you can see, Micro Nuke is all about damage. major cast and 2 casts. Rift Major Scepter, 1 minor wound, 1 major cast and a cast. And that is mirrored again here with 1 minor wound, 1 major cast and a cast. And then the Whirling Wand, major cast and cast. So that's the equipment, and that's the actual upgrades to the equipment. And I think this build works quite well for me overall, but if you did watch part 1, you would know that I didn't gel as much as I've gelled with the other heroes with Murdock. I know he's a phenomenal hero, and in the right hands, he is a formidable force to play with. But I just couldn't really find that synergy between my playstyle and him. But, I still did have success. It's not like I was, losing a lot of matches either, so... we're on this kind of getting to know each other terms in regards to where we're at with his build anyway. So let's go into build priorities. Build priorities for the Murdock deck is actually a little bit of a weird one. I see a lot of guys start off with a Red Eye Nitro because it is quite a cheap card, and you can crack out with a Red Eye Nitro and a health potion. And look, I don't actually bring this Nitro on until the 3rd card with the way that I build, but I can say that there's no drama with bringing this card out first and getting a health potion, but I just wouldn't complete it yet. The priority completion for me off the bat is the micro nuke. You want to come straight out doing more damage than anyone else out there on the field, especially for the first half of the game. So my first card that I rush to try and complete is the micro nuke, and that's fully completed and upgraded, guys, with the major cast and the 2 casts. And with the way the 2 casts are put in there, you can actually do this quite quickly, and you should have it up well and truly before 10 minutes in the match. Then what I move to from there again is sticking with damage. It's not viable early game to have the crit going. Your crits aren't going to be significant enough versus raw damage in the start of the match. So it's micro nuke to Whirling Wand. And once you've got those 2 up, they're your 2 main kind of full damage cards. And when I say full damage, I mean a card that is just purely upgraded with damage and it has nothing else. Even though the Scepter does have damage, it's still also got a minor wound as well. So therefore, you're going to be looking at that a little later when you start to get your crit online. So micro nuke, Whirling Wand. Then we move on to the Red Eye Nitro. And at this stage, depending on how many points you have, you can also choose to grab a health pot, or you might have actually already grabbed a health pot when you are upgrading your micro nuke and selecting a cast instead of actually going for a major cast as well. And that's certainly viable too. So then we want to upgrade the Red Eye Nitro, and this is where we're starting to stack our crit now. We need to get that up. But Blast Harness is not going to be coming online just yet, guys. Yes, the extra 50% is great, but we need to bring on another Scepter. So when you move into your 5th card, you want to get this, your 4th card, you want to get this Scepter up and running and complete that. Then we move on to Blast Harness. Blast Harness is going to start to bring online some of our raw attack speed for a 104 from card power in this build. And then from that, we want to finalize the build with the last Scepter as well. And that'll bring you to a total of 104 in your attack speed from your cards. It'll give you 42% crit, which is significant. And, I'm going to do some testing, guys. I'm going to drop that down to 30 and get some more damage and see how we go. And it'll give you a damage from card power of 250.4. So that's actually a really, really, really good amount. And, you're going to be seeing 550, 600 crits from this build. And it is a very, very heavy hitting build, but it is all about damage. It's all about being in the right position at the right time and starting to pump people down before they even notice that you're actually there. So again, guys, we rock out with a micro nuke, we go with a Whirling Wand, we go with a Red Eye Nitro, we move to a Scepter, we go micro nuke, then we go Harness, then we go final Scepter. And that is the build, guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a lot of fun with this. And you know what? Next one, I think I'm going to work on Iggy. Man, have I had fun playing Iggy. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. I hope this is a little bit better to watch now as I cut the times down and just get to the raw info. If not, let me know. I'll change whatever is needed. And you know what, guys? In between patches, if you're feeling a little bit burnt out or you need a little bit of a break from Paragon, and sometimes, yes, even though I love this game, we do, why not check out the Technomancer? I've got a Let's Play guide happening of it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's really good single player. So yeah, give it a go. Take care, YouTube.